And we're going.
All right, so we have 3 members of Dawn of the Apocalypse here with us now. Give us your names and what you do for the band.
John, I play bass.
Jason Graves, I play drums.
Justin, guitar.
And Dawn of the Apocalypse is on Finger Licks Metal Fest 2012. This is their 2nd year playing as Dawn of the Apocalypse. You guys excited for this?
Oh yeah. Should be a good time.
Yeah.
A lot of good bands this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet Clyde, New York's not going to be the same after this year. I can definitely say that.
They're going to take some damage this year.
Yeah. A lot of pitting, a lot of craziness.
Yeah. It's going to be
We hope so.
Is there any other bands on this fest you're looking forward to seeing?
Oh, Hate Machine.
Hate Machine, Burn Everything, Order of the Dead.
Order of the Dead, yeah.
Yeah. Especially if they have it where you guys play like all right next to each other. People are just gonna.
And that's gonna be like 3 hours of head explosions right there, and it'll be awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
Clyde will look like Raiders of the Lost Ark for sure.
Yeah.
There'll be a meltdown for sure.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Should be a good time.
I mean, the show as a whole is going to be nuts, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of bands I'm looking forward to this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every year is a good year, but it's just like Dave really did a good job putting it together this year. So he does a great job every year, though. He did the promotion, the back, everything. He's got everything covered.
Yeah.
You know.
Now you guys played as another band like one of the previous years, right? 9th grade.
We played it as Ninth Gate, yeah.
More talent.
Yeah. Well,
No, we've never launched more talent.
No, that
That was originally on the flyer for last year, but then it changed to Dawn of the Apocalypse.
Yeah. Yep.
yeah.
We
Well, that
found-
was some misprint, I think.
Yeah, we found Jason and
Yeah.
so we've just been trugging this Dawn of the Apocalypse ever since.
Yeah.
And the vocalist for your band,
Jay, my
Jay.
brother, he
Yeah.
also plays lead guitar.
Right.
now he just recently started singing, right? Because I know you
Yes.
went through a lineup change.
Yeah.
Well, I remember the last time we talked to you guys, and it was like outside at the Sons of Italy, and
Yeah, that was what, September?
yeah, and
Yeah, we.
there was a little mishap that night.
Yeah, we were singerless.
Yeah, but now we got all musicians and, you know, with my brother playing the guitar now and vocalizing, it should keep us that much more tight.
Yeah. It's a little more work for him, but he seems to be pulling it off pretty
Yeah,
well.
he's
so.
definitely pulling it off.
Good deal.
And he's a good writer. I
we're
mean,
gonna
he
go
really
with it.
loves to write.
Yeah.
He's good at it.
Plus, it saves paying an extra guy too.
Yeah, the
That is
money.
true.
Yeah. What shows have you done recently? What bands have you played with?
Ooh.
Well, we just
Pipe.
played Pineapple Jacks with Pipe, Order of the Dead, Kane, and From Astral Planes.
We did a couple shows with
We
Eddie.
did play with Penetration.
Penetration from Water.
Hammerheads and Angelo, Penetration, Peace Upon Tranquility, and Bullet with Fate.
We did Warbringer a while back with.
That was Warbringer, Lazarus.
Diamond Head, and yeah, we were at that show. That was
Diamond Plate, wasn't it?
or Diamond Plate. That's right. Yeah, why did I just say Diamond Head?
Lazarus 80.
Yes, that was a
Neil,
great
this band's cool. We had them here a few weeks ago too.
Cosmic Sea.
Landmine Marathon.
Landmine Marathon. Grace Perry was something else. Oh my
Those guys are nuts.
God.
I wish I could have been at that show that night, man, because
Yeah.
there was a show in Ithaca that night. It was a band from California called Anna Keffer that played, and that show was nuts too. But it was one of those little nights. It's like, wow, can I be in 2 places? at
Yeah,
once?
you literally wanted to be cloned that night.
She's like a female Randy Blythe. Oh, she's
No, I told her after I've got a picture of me with her on my in my Facebook photos, and I told her it's like you are so intense, and she's like, well, isn't that what it should be like? I'm like, yeah, keep it, absolutely.
Yeah, she ranks up there with Angela from Arch Enemy. That
Oh,
show's
yeah.
nuts too.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely brutal.
I did ask this question on the air, but I'll ask it for the YouTube interview also. Name off some of your influences. What got you started with playing?
Well, like I said before, Black Sabbath started it for me, and then as the decades went through, Randy Rhoads, And then when I got on bass, I played guitar originally, and when I switched to bass and started digging into that, it was like Steve Harris, Billy Sheehan, and then slowly got towards Pantera. Dimebag blew me away. He was amazing, obviously, and then Rex, you know, all those guys. Vinny, Phil, you know. And then I don't know. There's just so many, like Devil Driver, Lamb of God, Machine Head. So many close but different areas of music that.
Me and Randy can both tell you, Rob Flynn from Machine Head is an insanely cool guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a good night.
They played in Buffalo at the end of January, and we were fortunate enough to get an interview with him. He gave us a half hour of his time, because we got there, and with, like, national band interviews, not a lot of stuff happens on time because, you know, it's just the way it is. And we get there, and we waited, what, maybe like an hour?
Maybe, yeah.
Because it was originally supposed to happen at 6, and we didn't get it till like 7.
There were some like lighting issues, and then they had a meet and greet,
Yeah.
and I mean, it was all cool.
But all of their people were insanely professional to us. Like, actually, the last 2 interviews that me and you have done together, like Igor's people.
Yeah, Igor. Oh yeah, Igor was a good time.
You know, that was actually the first time we went to one, and it was like, and the person was looking for us. It was like, hey, are you guys here and ready to do this? And definitely, you know.
It'd be cool to meet some of the bigger up guys.
Yeah.
Igor was awesome. Yeah, Igor and Rob, my 2 favorite interviews so far, definitely.
Yeah, Igor, for me.
Devin.
Yep, Devin was pretty sweet too.
Devin Townsend was very cool.
Igor, I remember hearing the Arise album back in the day, and my jaw just dropped. And then, you know, here it is 15, 20 years later. I'm sitting on the bus with this dude, interviewing him for almost like 20 minutes, and just nuts. Because if you would have asked me about that 20 years ago, I'd be like,
Yeah, right.
sure. Or maybe I would have told you that, and then been like, no.
You would have done the whole Wayne's World things, like, yeah, and monkeys might fly out of my butt. No, I'm kidding.
So, getting back to the topic of Dawn of the Apocalypse, you have 1 song recorded. Are there more coming for us? Or?
Yeah. Our plan is to, you know, as we were telling you, use our recording device to put together a few songs that we can hand out at shows, just to keep, you know, our taste in people's mouths. And you know, at some point we will go into a recording studio. We're still trying to figure that out together, you know, different options, but you know, in the meantime we'll have material for everybody.
It's taken some time because we're doing it ourselves. So.
And
Oh yeah.
we're trying to book a lot, you know. We're taking on some more and more shows.
You'll get to meet a pretty decent producer at the Metal Fest, because Doug White's band from Watchmen. Huh? Yeah, it's the Circus Grenade. They're playing out there, and Doug White, who records at Watchmen, I think is like a guitar player or something for them.
Doug's cool. He's actually a really good recorder.
I'm going to start drum tracks probably this week, or at least getting around. The goal for me is to at least have like a 3-song disc for the Metal Fest.
Very cool.
That would be nice.
Like a
yes.
3 disc, you know. Here you go.
Yeah, here you go.
Take it.
Type deal.
At least 3.
Get it
you know,
in
by then.
circulation.
Eventually have everything, of course.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Actually, we were going on Influence before I got going on my little pageant there. So Jason, let's do you next here.
Well, when I was about 3 or 4 years old, I think 4, I first heard Blizzard of Oz, and that's what made me a metalhead.
I'm not going to tell you how old I was when I first heard that.
So Ozzy, and then Iron Maiden, a lot of bands like that, early Queensryche, and then I got into the thrash bands like Anthrax and Overkill, Testament, Metallica, Megadeth, them kinds of bands. And then I got into like the early 90s death metal, Morbid Angel, Cannibal Corpse,
Yeah.
and Pantera, a lot of Pantera.
Yeah.
Then I got into a lot of Fear Factory, and stuff like that, and Slipknot.
Yeah.
I got really into the Meshuggah thing
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Meshuggah's awesome.
I like a lot of gent type metal these days, but most types of metal really. But
Yeah.
now I like Nile, After the Burial,
Behemoth.
Behemoth, Devil Driver, Machine Head, all them bands. There's the list could go on. I could sit here for 20 minutes and name off.
So many great bands out there.
I mean,
Justin?
there's a lot.
They pretty much mentioned definitely a majority of mine as well. What got me into it was Kirk Hammett and Metallica, Dave Mustaine, Megadeth, and everything they mentioned. I guess now you'd find probably Lamb of God in my CD player. Love Lamb of God.
The new album kind of brought me back to them.
Yeah, I've loved every album of them, from the start to listen to how they've grown to now.
The last one I was kind of iffy on, and then this one kind of brought me back.
Yeah, and it was
Whitechapel.
Yeah, I mean, everything that's aggressive, that's all.
Stuff that just makes you want to go out on
Yeah,
a floor and be
Yeah.
aggressive with other people.
exactly, Gotta move. That's.
Very cool. So, this is Dawn of the Apocalypse. They will be playing at this year's Metal Fest,
Yes, indeed.
along with a bunch of very cool, extremely heavy bands. So, check it out. Finger Lakes Metal Fest, May 19th.
Free show. Be there.